Hello everyone and welcome to a new video. Today I am filming a book tag and I am filming my Intimidating TBR tag. I actually did this tag once before. April 11, 2016 I did this tag. I still hadn't been like 1 year on YouTube yet and I rewatched that video today because I wanted to see what I talked about and I was so cringy. Oh my god, but I'm probably gonna watch this video later too and think I'm cringy now as well. So, story of my life. I thought I would redo this tag because obviously I have so many more books then and now, and also look upon my answers then and see if I read the books that I talked about then now, just to see if I came over the fear of my TBR. I think at the time then I had around like 100 books, less than 200 books on my TBR, and now it's like 500, so it's not exactly 500, it's a bit under, I believe. I don't even know, because who wants to actually know? Without further ado, let's start this. I will of course leave the original video down below together with the questions. The first question is, what book have you been unable to finish? The thing with this question is that I never did enough books, so like there's not really an answer for this. I said the same back in 2016 and it's the same thing now. I know for sure that I would spend less time suffering if I'd started to do enough, but I don't. And also just like, even if I hate the book, I just push through the pain and I still do the same, so like there's no concrete answer for this. I also of course have spent a long time on books. Sometimes I have always finished them, so no answer again. As last time, I haven't changed. And the next question is, what book haven't you read yet because you haven't had the time? Back in 2016 I answered The Case of Walking Trilogy. I now have actually read the first book, but I still haven't finished the rest of them. It's not because I don't have the time, it's more because they're just huge and I just don't feel like picking them up. It's just gas me instead. Intimidate me. And I still haven't read The Name of the Wind, which back then I hadn't read as well. Great work, Sandra. Now I just have 2 more editions of this and back then I only had 1, so that was very good work for me. And yes, I'm still very intimidated by this and haven't had a time. Also, the third book is never being released and I like know the second book ends kind of in a cliffhanger and everyone is like very upset since the third book isn't out yet, and I don't want to commit and then suffer together with everyone else, and that is one of the reasons I haven't picked this up yet. Actually, it's also huge, but I feel like I will be fine. And to like answer the question with a new answer and not have like my old answer, a book I haven't read yet because I hadn't had the time would be A Clash of Kings. Maybe it would be a reread, but I had never read them in English before. They intimidate me because I did reread A Game of Thrones last year and like it was enjoyable and super fun, but it took forever, and I feel like if I'm gonna commit to this, the sequel, I need to have more time on my hands, and now I just want to read quick things, I guess. But I feel like I will reread this very soon because the illustrated edition is out now and I will have it very soon. But my motivation last year was to reread the books, rewatch the series, but I never want to do that again. So now I just want to reread the books to be able to have said that I read them all, since I still haven't read the 5th book. The next question is, what is a book you haven't read yet because it's a sequel? And well, we just had the Chaos Walking Trilogy. That totally counts for the answer because yes, I was gonna read them, but then I never did. As I did back in 2016 was the sequels to The Fifth Wave. Now I actually have finished all these books, so actually kudos to Sandra, good work. I also mentioned the sequels to Bloodlines, like The Golden Lily and The Indigo Spell, and also there's 3 more books that I don't even have on my shelves. And yes, I still haven't read this. I only read Bloodlines still. And it's been years. Oh my god, I just like, I feel personally attacked by my own books right now. And this is like really eye-opener. Oh my god. And also I like really don't like these covers. That's probably why I haven't picked them up. Joking. Irony for this is that I also answered The Well of Ascension for the same question, like I haven't picked it up yet because it's a sequel. You will see the irony of this for the next thing that I add like a new answer, but I have read this and the next 2 books in the series. Alas, for my next answer for this this will make sense. For a real answer for this question, like a new one, I would definitely say the sequels to Mistborn. We have The Shadow of Cells and Bands of Morning. I already read The Alley of Law, which is like the bridge book between them. I really haven't read these yet because I read The Alley of Law and I loved it, and I was gonna read these, but then there was like never any news about the third one because it's gonna be a trilogy, and I'm like scared to pick these up and I like wait forever for the next one. This is like my fear of all the books apparently. Even though like I don't even pick up the sequels at once, I want to be able to if I need to. And also I think when I read The Alley of Law, it was too soon after the original trilogy because I missed the characters so much. And now I think I just want to reread all of them. Like I reread The Final Empire last year, and then I think I will reread the next few books as well, and then finally get to these. But definitely haven't picked this up because there were sequels and I was just like, I want to wait. And the next question is, what is a book you have yet to read because it's brand new? And originally I answered this, Dream House by Marcia Visognin, which I still can't pronounce. I think I read it once for like Booktubeathon one of the years, and like I didn't really like it, but I did read it, so kudos to me. I overcame my fears, and now for the answer for this year, a book that intimidates me because it's brand new. Okay, I have been gone for a year, and I do have like books I have bought that I sent to people. Then most of those actually I already read because like I bought exclusive editions. Then I read them when I was in Japan, and some of them that I have not read is not here right now. But It Will Fall by Sarah Haran I just got in my fairy loot from December that I got now when I got home. This I won't read yet because it's brand new for me. Probably like won't pick it up until like I'm in a certain mood to read it. But I'm not like really intimidated by it because it's like tiny and stuff, so I don't know how well it fit for this answer. But it's literally like the only brand new book that I have right now that like I'm not planning to read anytime soon, I think. Like that might change because right after I filmed this video in 2016, I like picked up a lot of the books I talked about. So that was great. The next question is a book you have yet not read because you read another book by the same author but you didn't enjoy that one. This is like the only book I could come up with, and I just read Circle in the Sky, which is not my answer for this question, but I just wanted to show it, and I didn't like it at all. Like I didn't like how it was written, and because of that I have these, and now I kind of like feel very turned off on these. I wouldn't exactly say they intimidate me, but I would say that like I don't feel like picking it up anytime soon. It's a duology. Initially I think I will read them like, and I won't like compare it to anything. Like I think they will stand on their own and maybe I will enjoy them, but right now I'm just like I don't want to pick them up. Passandra also didn't have a proper answer to that question, so I don't have anything to compare. The next question is a book I have not yet read because I'm not in the mood for it. I think I could answer several things for this one, but I will go with The Cries of Grindelwald, which is like the screenplays. I don't know if it counts, but it is in the book format, so a lot of things fell out of that book that I didn't know was in there. It's basically because I didn't like the movie and I don't know if I ever be in the mood to read this. It's a very quick read, so like granted, it would give me that. Now I just really felt like just picking it up and just finish it, and then I don't need to think about it anymore since I held it here. Original Sandra did answer this, Perfect Chemistry, which is like a romance novel thing, which like seems like it is a toxic relationship, but that is just my impression of it now. This is one of the books that's been on my TR for the longest. Like it's been here for like 5+ years. I don't even know, probably longer, since like I went to high school. Oh my god. So like will I ever pick this up? It's a very good question. I can't answer that one, so that one is a very good answer for this tag. I also answered originally The Island, which like follows this leper colony in Greece. I actually read it like later, right after maybe I filmed that tag. It was good, but not as good as people maybe believe it was. And by the way, I was so intimidated by this because I thought it was going to be difficult to read because it was like an adult book and also like historical fiction and stuff, but it was so easy to read. So when I read it, I was like, why was I scared to read it? Because it was super easy to read. So that is something. I was scared for no reason at all. The next question for this tag is a book I have not yet read because it is humongous. Originally for this I actually answered Wheel of Time, and like I'm still intimidated by Wheel of Time, but I actually have read quite a few books in the series, so like I overcame my fear. But I will talk even more about Wheel of Time a bit after this. For a new answer for this tag, it has to be A Way of Kings, and I seriously have not picked this up just because they're big and because the series isn't finished yet. I know I need to wait for forever if I'm actually gonna wait for the series to be finished, but like I don't want to wait for like a billion years between each book because then I will forget a lot of things, and that's one of the reasons I haven't picked it up. But also because every single book in the series is like over 1,000 pages long, and like I want to read them so bad because I know they're gonna be good. This is just one book, by the way, split in 2 parts, but I just haven't yet because spending 1,000 pages in one book is just so long. There's of course others I could answer, but this is like the first one I could remember. So yeah, big book. Big books, but one big book. The next question is a book I bought because of the cover and then it got bad reviews. In the original one, I didn't answer anything properly. So here's the thing, like I do buy books because the cover is pretty, and I don't really read synopsises that much before picking something up. More hear slogans of what the book have. For example, oh, it has an of romance, it has this trope, oh, it has a princess, something like that, and I'm like, oh, I would like that, and then I pick it up. Of course I pick up just because based on the cover as well, but I don't read reviews that much either, so now I'm just like, what do I even answer? Why am I the same as myself 4 years ago? I found something. We have The Forgetting by Sharon Cameron, and like I did like the concept of this because like the town forgets things and need to write everything down and then it resets or something. The concept was really cool when I actually remembered it, but I love purple, so I definitely like the cover. It's not like I have heard that it's the worst thing ever. I have heard mixed things about it. I guess like the hype died down a little bit for me, but like now it's also such a long time since I bought it, so now I'm just like, when will I ever pick this up? I don't know, but I'm still like interested to read it. So I guess that's an answer for this one. Had it forever on my TBR. Probably be like super easy to read as well. I'm just like, it's like that with a lot of my books. And the last question is, what is my most intimidating book on my TBR pile? Sandra answered The Wheel of Time, and like it's still valid. I read 8 books in the series and I still feel intimidated every time I start one. I do tend to audiobook them because it's easier, so it's like a still valid answer. I haven't finished The Wheel of Time because like I answered like the whole series. Yes, it's a thing, but also now that I have read a few of them, like I'm kind of used to the story, so I'm not as intimidated going in. It's just a bit like dense and very descriptive, so I use a long time like describing things, and things happens so slowly. So if you just got Wheel of Time, which I already started, and like I have gotten a big chunk in, what is my most intimidating book on my TBR pile? Can I answer The Way of Kings and The Name of the Wind again? I feel like I'm the kind of person who would just not feel as intimidated. I can read anything, even if they is thick, etc. Like a lot of the books I was intimidated by, I have already read. So I'm just like in question of everything, and that's why I'm looking like crazy, because I'm like, what do I even read in my life? I found something I could answer. I totally forgotten I had this, of course. It is Pillars of the Earth. So I have these Norwegian editions of the first and second book. I love the series, and like I want to read the books, but then I never did. So these have probably been on material for like 5+ years as well. And then randomly the author came with like a sequel to them, which I have like a Norwegian arc of, and it's so big. And like together with these, it's like so much. I don't even know, like I think the first book is not that thick. Yeah, in Norwegian it's only like 400. This is only like 700. But how thick is this one? Like 800? Okay, it's not even the page count. It's just, I know maybe this story will be a bit dense and stuff because it's like historical fiction. The series was quite dense, but like super good. This is like a standalone sequel to these, but it's not like a proper sequel. But still, these I never started because I was so intimidated by them when I was a teenager, and now I'm just like, will I ever read them? Especially since they're Norwegian, and I don't really like to read Norwegian, which is originally in English, but now I already got these. So yeah, they're not that thick, but historical adult fiction for some reason scares me. Also these covers, man. I kind of forgotten how these looked like because they were like stuck in my shelf. This is the answer, The Pillars of the Earth, that I still haven't read, and yeah, I should have mentioned that in my last video. That was a really well answer, I feel like. I always was scared to read those. I just remembered. And who do I tag? I don't have any friends, so I don't tag anyone. You can do this if you want to. That is my answer for all these questions. This was like chaotic as it ever could be, but that was just because I was trying to like reflect on the last time I did a tag. Please do not watch that video. Thank you so much for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed me talking about why I'm scared to read some books, and if books I still haven't read many years later. You will see me soon in a new one. I hope you enjoyed. I'm sorry for being like this. Bye!